Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. The good news is we had a great day, and we had a great day in the NFL as well. That was a great game if you didn't watch it. And I didn't watch the WNBA games, but I did. I was keeping myself updated with the scores. The Lynx Aces game looked fantastic. The Mercury Mystics game didn't look that great, and then the Wings Valkyries game was very tense for me because I really needed that Valkyries money line to come through for me, and it did. So I'm really happy about that. Let's jump into the recap. All right, so all in all, I didn't give you any best bets for today, but I did give you a whole bunch of leans. Hopefully you found some for yourself that were pretty good. Mine didn't do so great, but I didn't end up betting on any of them because I was out of town. I was in Colorado, where you're not allowed to bet on these player props, and so I didn't have time to bet on these when I got back to Utah. So unfortunately, I had no WNBA bets except for the Valkyries and Mercury's money lines, which did come through, and then the over on the Aces Lynx game, which also came through. So for me, it was a great day. Hopefully it was for you as well. Alana Smith did have 4 rebounds, barely got us there. Asia Wilson had 8 and 31, so she was too busy scoring to get those extra 2 rebounds. Courtney Williams over 5.5 assists. Obviously, she only had 4. The Lynx just had kind of a rough time against the Aces there at home. All 3 of my money lines hit. One of them was an underdog. Let's see, no wait. Yeah, just the Aces money line was an underdog, so that would have been plus money if I had bet it, which I did not. And then my spreads went 2-1, and my overs went 2-1. But the most important thing is the one I bet on was the over here in the Lynx and the Aces game. I was just like, how do these 2 high caliber teams not go way over this total? And they did. So I'm happy about that. Our total WNBA player prop run for our best bets is back up to 56.46. So obviously not over 60 where I would love it to be, but still pretty decent. The alt lines here all came through. So Kiki Iriafen over 6.5 rebounds. She had 13. Paige Beckers over 11.5 points. She had 27. And Janelle Salon over 7.5 points. She had 19. So you could have bet the regular lines on all those, but guys, I'm just trying to be careful here on the run up to the playoffs. I don't trust any of these ladies to get me there in these games. So I'm going to be very careful on how I bet. Although I do really like tomorrow's slate. So I have a bunch of best bets for you in tomorrow's slate. Just a quick peek at my FanDuel bets. So I had the Atlanta Dream, the Phoenix Mercury, and the Golden State Valkyries all in a money line parlay together for plus 119, and that did hit. And then I had the over for 163.5. I gave it to you at 164, which I was okay taking it there, but I saw it for lower, so I took it for minus 110. So both of those hit for me. Let's go over the slate for today. The Sparks at the Dream again. So we just saw this matchup, and I think it's going to go pretty similarly. I'm taking exactly what I took last time, which didn't work out for me last time. But the Dream money line, Sparks up plus 6.5. They did not cover last time, and we were getting 7 last time. I suspect this will go to 7 by the time it's tip off, but I would still bet it at the 6.5. I'm not betting any of these because I am back home now, so I can't bet on these. Back to player props focus for me. And then I will take the under 171.5 just because it is a big number. They did go under last time, and it was a smaller number. I don't think they're not going to play. They're still going to play hard. The Aces just won, so the Dreams now need to win again to fight for that 2nd seed. Next one here, Sky at the Fever. If the Fever don't win this game, I will eat my boots. They need a win, and this is the place to get it against the Sky, where they don't care. So if the Fever cannot win this game, Stephanie White should be fired. I don't know what else to say. I will take the Sky on the money line, though, or on the spread, excuse me, for plus 14. And again, I'm not betting these. These are just leans. And then the under 160.5, even though I think the Fever could run it up. Liberty at the Storm. This is the game we're betting in, guys. This is the one. I do have some bets from the Fever as well. But I will take the Liberty money line and the Liberty plus 2.5, even though they are playing in Seattle. The Storm have won both of the 2 head-to-head matchups that they've played previously. So I think it's time for the Liberty to get one here. That is the same logic I used in the Valkyries game, and it did not work out for us. But the Valkyrie are a much tougher at-home team than the Storm are. So I don't know. I don't know if the logic's going to work out for me again, but I'm going to take it. And then I'll take the over 159.5 because both of these teams do want this game. Kelsey Mitchell over 3.5 assists is my first best bet for you, which I do have. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 best bets for you today. So to get in the mix for the cash giveaway today, you are going to have to tell me, which 2 players you think are going to come through for us here. So just pick 2 out of the 4. And if those 2 picks are correct, we'll put you in the running for the cash giveaway. We did give out 2 cash a couple days in a row for the last 2 days, just not today's video. Anyway, Kelsey Mitchell is over 58% of the time at home without Caitlin Clark. She had 2, 6, and 8 in 3 head-to-heads with the Sky earlier. And I think that she does need to get back into assisting the ball if they want to win this game. Also, Aaliyah Boston has a really good scoring matchup down low. So I just see a lot of Kelsey Mitchell passes to Aaliyah Boston. And then Gabby Williams over 17.5 PRA. We took this a couple of games ago and it did not work out for us against the Sparks. She only had 13. But she's over 75% of the time at home, and this line really should be at 21. Since Brittany Sykes has joined the team, that was the first game that they played at home since Brittany Sykes joined the team was this August 13th game against the Dream. So there's been 4 home games with Brittany Sykes on the team, and Gabby Williams has gone over this line 3 out of those 4 times. So the matchup with the Sparks was a freak accident. It wasn't that Brittany Sykes is stealing her playing time or her minutes or her rebounds or her assists. She is doing all of those things, but Gabby's still been able to get over this line at home. Even with that, she just had a bad night shooting. I think she shot 4 for 12 against the Sparks, maybe even worse than that, and missed a lot of easy ones. And the Liberty are another soft matchup, so I like her here again. We're going straight back to her. I also would look up to her fantasy score up to about 24.5. So if it comes out lower than that, I'm taking it. All right, Easy Magbagor over 5.5 rebounds at home. She's 70% of the time over this line, and she did have 8 in a previous head-to-head home game, but she did only have 5 in a previous head-to-head away game. You could also look at NECA for her rebounds. They're at 6.5. She had 7 both games against the Liberty, so she was able to clear this line twice, but she has a worse overall home hit rate on the season against all teams. So I like Easy Magbagor because she is more of the role player on the team, right? So her job is to come in and get rebounds. That's her job. She is not meant to score, although she has been scoring a lot lately. Well, not a lot, but a lot for her. But that's not her role on the team. Her role is to come in, get rebounds, get blocks, get steals. That's her job. The only thing that would make me nervous about betting on either of these 2 girls is obviously Dominic Malonga, who is insane on the glass. She comes in and she crashes the glass. So she could steal some of these rebounds from these ladies, but I don't know. I'm still confident taking it. It's still a best bet for me today. Sabrina Ionescu over 4.5 assists. Not sure if she's really going to play, but if she does play, I love this line. It's at a normal payout. This is normally 5.5, 6.5. I've seen it at 7.5 throughout the season. And look at the hit rate on the last 10 games here. So these are only the games with Breanna Stewart, by the way. So I filtered this map here. So over 75% of the time with Breanna Stewart, only over 50% of the time in away games, but she did have 6 in a head-to-head against the Storm, which was a home game for the Liberty. She also, if you don't like this or you're scared she's not going to play, you could also check out Natasha Cloud over 4.5 assists, which she just hooked us. I told you could take that, and she only had 4, just barely, against the Valkyries. But let's look at this. Let's look at this map. Who has Sabrina missed against? The Atlanta Dream, a tough assist matchup, although Kelsey Plum was just able to do it. The Valkyrie, a tough assist matchup that Natasha Cloud just had a hard time getting over her line against. And then the Fever twice. Oh, the Valkyries twice, and then the Fever twice. And they don't give up a lot of assists either. So, yeah, I love this line. I hope Sabrina plays, and I hope she just passes it to Stewie, and Stewie puts it in the hoop. Kelsey Plum over 4.5 assists. This is a lean because I'm knocking this down. So the normal line is 5.5, but it's juiced to go under a little bit. Well, yeah, just a little bit. So what that means, when it's juiced to go under, I always go to Boom Fantasy and I see, hey, are you going to offer me this for 1 more assist down for a decent price? And they are. So we'll take 4.5 assists for a 1.55 payout or so. She's over 75% of the time in away games, and she just had 7 against the Dream. But as we just mentioned, the Dream are a tough assist matchup, typically speaking. So, but I think Kelsey Plum can get over this number. And then I have a couple alt line plays for you. Aaliyah Boston over 11.5 points. She's over 92% of the time without Caitlin Clark, and she had 11, 14, and 15 against the Sky team specifically. The 11 was an away game in Chicago. I don't know if that matters, but she's basically only missed this once at home without Caitlin Clark, and that was against the Mystics. So I do like this Goblin line. And then the last one here, we're going back to Azure. I think I took Azure 14.5 points rebounds the other day, and that did not cash, but I also took her rebounds, and that did cash. She's only missed this line one time all year, over 3.5 rebounds. This is a potential ladder candidate, so you can decide you want to take her over. The normal line's 5.5, right? So you could take her over 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. I wouldn't go maybe 6.5. I wouldn't go 7.5 just because De'Erica Hamby is there and does get a lot of rebounds. Plus, the Atlanta Dream are the number 1 rebounding team in the league. So I would be a little bit careful on going too much higher than that. But I love it at 3.5. I like it at 4.5. I might take a sprinkle at 5.5. I'm not sure yet. So here is the recap for that. I do have the 4 best bets. So just remember, you're going to have to choose 2 of those best bets to hit. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and we will get you that cash prize. Kelsey Mitchell over 3.5 assists. Easy Magbagor over 5.5 rebounds. Gabby Williams over 17.5 PRA. Also look at the fantasy score. And then Sabrina Ionescu over 4.5 assists if she plays. All lines here are Leah Boston over 11.5 points. Azure Stevens over 3.5 rebounds. And the lean is Kelsey Plum over 4.5 assists. Although I think you could take a shot on the regular line at 5.5 assists as well if you want that. You will get some plus money for it. If you haven't seen my football videos, we just had a great day on Thursday Night Football. I do have a video out for Friday Night Football, which I don't have any best bets in that video because I'm already on the under for that matchup. Like, I've bet it. And so I didn't like a lot of the player props, and I don't see a lot of the players going over their lines in that game because I like it to be a low-scoring game. But I will have a video out on Saturday for Sunday's football games, and that is going to have a ton of picks for you to choose from, and you're only going to have to choose 2 to hit. So that one is practically giving away some free money there. If you haven't checked out my football videos yet, please go do so and help support me. My picks will always be free to you. You guys know that. So I appreciate the free little things you can do for me, like subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a little comment for me. Thanks, guys.